So you know that feeling when you meet a new person and bond over that person and relate more to that person, but when you get to know that person more, you suddenly come to know that this person was carrying a heavy mental baggage that you up till now were unaware of for some reason. And that was what reading Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman was for me. And this book has good days, bad days, and better days, respectively. It melts these three phases so beautifully, like a peanut butter sandwich. You know what tastes like what, but the overall result is completely mind blowing. Eleanor is a girl next door, single and in her 30s, but she's an introvert and she prefers books and crosswords over meeting and interacting with actual people. She goes to office on time, she eats on time, she sleeps on time. Everything is scheduled and timed for Eleanor, except that her life is far away from perfect. So much so that it is as imperfect as it can get. It's ironical how Gail Honeyman has nuanced a flawed character to such a perfection. For example, we cheer for Eleanor when she finds her first friend in her empty life. We laugh with her when she ridicules the trendy things which people blindly follow and consider as gold standard for society. I can say that this book is an original, imaginative piece of art that shines in its uniqueness of portraying those common characters just like you and me. What I found annoying was how the author has kept things tight between Eleanor and her mother. Like, we know that something was boiling and something was off in that corner, but still we had to wait till the end to find out what exactly went down along that path. But on the other side, or the other hand, if I think about it, I think the impact wouldn't have been strong if the author would have changed the plot timeline other than this. But I loved how the reader gets impacted by the character of Eleanor. For example, from the start, she is this weird introverted girl with scars on her cheek who simply can't stand other people and their ways, to what she becomes till the end. This brave woman who conquers her fears, who embraces her wounds and comes out of it merrier and happier. The relationships in today's times, where people can't look beyond dating and sex, Gail Honeyman boldly conveys that friendships can happen without involving romance every single time, and one can be happy just by trying to make these friendships more stronger. I loved how Eleanor got along with older people, especially Sammy and Orbit, Raymond's mother, and how she admired their trivial small things, which actually made their entire character or personality. This book comes a long way from simply gulping down emotions and living alone with them to saying those emotions out loud without the fear of being judged by the society or the world. And this takes me to Kiko from The Convenience Store Woman. Like Eleanor, Kiko is also in her late 30s, single, is doing everything perfectly timed around the clock, but yet the society expects more from her. And if you want to know my more thoughts on The Convenience Store Woman, you can click on this link above and just come back to this video. Coming back to Kiko, she explores everything that society expects of her, but at the end, she realizes that she is simply happy being alone. Doing everything around the clock is basically her idea of mental peace. And this makes me think of the characters which are written, which who are shunned by the society for not following their norms, for simply being who they are. And this external peer pressure can sometimes completely make or break a person. On one hand, Eleanor embraces her past and comes out of that cocoon she had been living inside for her entire life and simply comes out of it stronger. On the other hand, Kiko comes out of her comfort zone for the sake of others. The difference is she doesn't want those same things that the society expects from her. She realizes this mistake of giving in to societal peer pressure. She turns back, shows a middle finger to society, and blooms happily inside her cocoon.